our first 2 minutes steam engine. Others just being chauffeured around. But we have to say she does look quite comfortable in the back. Speak to herself of the owner. Tell you that there's all around their driving choice. Vehicles and engines that we've seen so far today, you see displayed, as always, are the pride and joy of their owners, no doubt. A few of them as a whole, and then we'll speak to a couple of owners. So just to remind you, there is a hello. Good stuff. Thank you very much. There we go. Very royal, madam. Very royal. Look at this. Oh, very good. They vary from 3 scale, a quarter size, to 16 scale half size, and a replica model of their full size counterpart. They're based on a range of manufacturers, including Burrell, Fowler, Bloxham, road rollers, Showground engines, Valley engines, and steam lorries. Although small and super fast. A lot of these engines are extra hobbies without needing all the machinery that will be required to make one crash. If people are interested in join, in particular the NCC, the National Traction Engine Club, and the engine club. It definitely seems
pick up any old rubbish now, won't we?
Yeah, I know.
these wonderful commercial vehicles. So let in fire engine. What we're going to do, we'll see them they will line up in the centre. have lined up for you now. We'll be talking about those in a moment. The American vehicles looking especially shiny for you this afternoon. The test drives on the ones we have lined up for you now. We'll be talking about those in a moment. The American vehicles looking especially shiny for you this afternoon. As the eye can see for you. As I said, a real turnout. We've had 120 in this section this year. An incredible response to the turnout for this. Someone's had free rein on the board this afternoon. I think if it was a competition on the horns, we'd have some serious competition in here this afternoon and this morning for you. We'll be talking about the Coles and Sons customized van. You can see the family pressing the right, give the children a little wave. When they've got a terrific lot of Scout exported in wine. Matthew Ferguson, 35, so after the break, we talked about the 35 and the 36 engine. Very rare tractor now, but by default, because so many of them got them all fighting the railways going on.
In the 1980s now. That thing is made in America and came over to the UK. A big tractor in its day. Just look at this wonderful Fordson Major coming past me, supplied by the local Ford dealer in the day, AV Fit from Little Chew. An absolutely stunning restoration there. Real credit to that man. My favourite tractor this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Triple D Doe. Lovely to see you, sir, this weekend with this wonderful tractor. You can imagine what a nightmare of a thing that is on the road, because you're driving a double-decker bus from the back seat. So when you come up to a junction, loads of fun, but absolutely wonderful to see.
Have a look. Believe it or not, they haven't broken down. They are in actual full day £1.50 my knowledge. Just hop on and hop off.
Here. Hugely rare, hugely valuable, a real pleasure to see. Good morning, a nice local tractor again, supplied by AV Fit again. This with a kid forage harvester, so you cut the grass and blow it into a trailer behind. Nice to see that forage harvester with the tractor, makes that quite unusual. A very special little Ford 3000 now. This is a vineyard version, so narrower, lower, and obviously underslung exhaust pipe. Particularly nicely presented, that one.
Caterpillar 941 next, an absolute firework, really good quality. Caterpillar still today very much market leaders in construction. This will be a 1970s, they call them a drop because of that. The bucket on the front was invented by a man called Mr. Drop.
We love them all these tractors. We've got garden tractors as well as ordinary tractors. Good morning, sir. Nice to see you. Remember what we said about Ford trying to standardise their tractors? This is very much an American.
Always been absolutely hammered into the ground. So I think by a small miracle we've more or less got
It was completely unavailable in the UK. Thank you. The wonderful co-op next.
been ready to depart. They must be cooking on there at the moment.
Another great Fergie. Good morning, sir. A whole host of different implements, about 50 or 60 different implements. That is an air-operated hedge cutter. Renner now.
My goodness. Do go and have a look around the static display because we can't really do the justice with this sort of
Twin cylinder, unrestored, with a wonderful German engine called an MWM. That D22. The MWM had a reputation for being the best diesel engine in the world at one time. Another field marshal again. These things, you can start them with a shotgun cartridge. People don't believe me when I say that, but you can actually start them with a shotgun cartridge. Ford 4000 next, so we're probably talking about 73 or 74. That one has the benefit of the safety cap. The Anzani next, again lovely to see that here, walk behind horticultural machine, and they plough in a separate section of the horticulture.
They're very touchy, very touchy.
Of course, today our market leaders, they sell more John Deeres than any other tractor. That one has what they call the SG2 cab on it. Grey and gold next. Good morning, sir. The grey and gold, which was introduced when Massey Harris and Ferguson amalgamated. Lovely standard boards, and again,
They're on the move.
very simple terms, they stopped starvation in this country. People will tell you the Spitfire won the war, or the Lancaster bomber. Well, my goodness, that Standard Fortune was up there with them.
Every day. Once again, a real thank you.
Nicely presented. This has a Q cab, Q for quiet. So as tractors have developed, we're now into about the end of the 1980s. Another Graham, another 135, again very nicely presented. Nice to see you, David. Thank you.
We will be welcoming some Bloxham heavy horses. You might not have had a chance to see them yet, but they are looking beautiful up in the top field.
Your tractor. These grey Fergies, you can actually age them by the serial number because they simply started with number 1. So, for example, if you've got number 250,000, you're about halfway through the production run. 3130 6-cylinder tractor, again, absolutely synonymous. With the fertilizer spreader on, imagine you've made the concept of hydraulics, but of course there were no implements, so Ferguson does no more than set to and build a complete range of ploughs and cultivators, all sorts. David Brown, of course, very, very popular. That is the Crop Master. And for those of you who are into your cars, the Aston Martin